Hello, welcome. I trust that this found you for a reason, that it found you at the right time. This will be a channeled message through a tarot reading. And I'm just gonna start. Let's just get into it. I hope that you are having a beautiful day and that you were called to this for a reason. Okay. Okay, right off the hop, we have the Two of Swords reversed. In this depiction, it almost looks like the Lady of the Lake. She's laying, oh, that is a glare. A woman is laying in some water, a lake or the ocean. And she's just resting there. Or perhaps she is not alive. But anyway, this is the Two of Swords reversed. And so there's like some major conflict of the mind. Like two or more thoughts that are clashing. Like almost like dueling swords. They just like they're hitting against one another and nothing is resolving. Neither of the thought forms are winning and neither of them are losing. The next two cards that came out were the Star and the Tower. These dueling thought forms or these chaotic thought forms, I believe, are leading to kind of like a breakdown or like a falling apart of perhaps the thoughts, but it's not a bad thing. It's all happening for you. It's meant to happen. Something needs to be dissolved. Something needs to be I'm getting the word resolute, like a resolution needs to happen. And the Star card really like kind of establishes this like beautiful picture of being in alignment. So the tower that's happening, the falling apart that is happening, and maybe it's only on the inside. Right now we only have the swords to look at, so it could just be like a mental thing, but it could be an outer thing happening as well. But it's in alignment. It's all part of the unfolding of the divine purpose that you are here to embody. That's what I'm getting. Let's see if any more messages can clarify this. The Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, things will be turning. I'm getting perhaps even the tables will be turning, but change is on the horizon. Perhaps a new path is on the horizon, a new cycle. Yeah, it's funny because I was getting the word resolution before, but I'm also getting revolution. So like turning, something is revolving. Maybe it feels like these things are all revolving around your thoughts or your thought patterns, which is making things feel really tense in your body. But I don't feel as though it's like entirely a negative thing. I feel like what you're being shown in your mind and therefore what's showing up in your body is like a message for you to decode. This is the Page of Swords reversed. So it feels like there's like a hesitation to move forward in the mental realms and like the intellectual realms. um, but perhaps that you're interested and curious about this new way of thinking, um, and you're interested in learning, you're interested in becoming the student, but you're not sure where to begin. The Chariot. But it's like it's gonna be okay. Even though it feels cloudy and uncertain, like you're moving towards, um, again, like a resolution or like an overcoming of this obstacle or problem. And again, like I said, it's happening for you, not to you. Um, the Nine of Cups, yeah, this is moving towards like a wish fulfillment, something that you've been dreaming of or envisioning for a long time is like really near. It's really close. It's really on the horizon, which goes back to the Wheel of Fortune card. Things could be turning in your favor soon, but something needs to be resolved, and I want to get further into that as well. This is the King of Wands reversed. The King of Wands reversed. There's some frustration, possibly even some stubbornness around a creative path or a creative undertaking. This could even be in your sexual life. Something has come up that feels like it's not moving, like it's stuck. And it kind of feels like you're digging your heels in, because you're not knowing what to do, like where to turn to get like the energy flowing again or get the energy moving again. And this might be something you haven't experienced before, so maybe it feels a little off-putting or frightening. There could even be this like this impulsivity that's coming up, that like you feel impulsively like you want to jump into something creative or something sexual. Again, that's what's coming up, but it's like it's part of the healing of your sexual journey, of your sexual like past, something that was wounded in your sexuality. I have a little bit more clarity on this. Strength reversed. They're like the inner beast wants to come out, wants to take center stage. Something to do with like the sexual energy is like wanting to burst out impulsively. But why? Six of Swords. This is speaking to embarking on a new journey, or you're in the midst, of a journey of the mind, and you're kind of holding what you know about yourself like really closely, really dearly to yourself, because you are uncertain about a lot of things, but you're kind of trying to like cling to what you do know. But that might not be the way forward. Like it again, it's this like the upside down page energy of like there is something to learn, there is something that you may have never done before or experienced before is asked of right now. An entirely new way of doing things to get out of that mental blockage. I have some more clarity on this. Yeah, the King of Cups. So yeah, with the Wands energy and the Cups, which is in the emotional realms, like the Wands is kind of like movement and creative and sexual energy, and the Cups is this like emotional energy, which it feels like you have a lot of strength in right now. This is like solid. So what I'm getting is that what's called for right now is like somatic work. And if you don't know what that is, it's the type of therapeutic body work that allows stored energy or stored trauma to move through the body. So the idea is to like feel something to heal it. And there are multiple different modalities that you can utilize to do this. And so I guess that's going back to this like page energy of like learning something new. Don't be too stubborn to like learn something new, because this might be really called upon right now. This new like form of bodywork or therapy. It could like it could just be dancing. Like maybe you haven't used dance in that way to like really feel your emotions and just like let them flow through your body. So yeah, the idea is that trauma is stored in the body, and so to release it, you either have to feel that emotion that's attached to that wound, or there's other ways of like doing specific meditations or movements that like physically release that energy, without necessarily having to like relive the trauma, because I don't necessarily believe in that, and I wouldn't recommend that. But also with this like this reversed strength, it feels like there's like a bit of fear around it, or like uncertainty, hesitation. But yeah, so find something that makes sense for you. Find something that you do feel comfortable with, or like, you know, possibly finding a practitioner that you feel comfortable with. Although, you know, I highly, really, truly believe that we are our own healers, and that we can find a way to heal ourselves. And sometimes it just takes practice, or doing something that you hadn't thought of before, and just really listening, like really tuning into the body and understanding what the body needs and how the body speaks, how the body communicates its wounds. But yeah, like the mental fog and the mental like clash that's happening in your mind, this it feels like it's because there's so much tension in the body that needs to move. It needs to flow. It needs to move out. It needs to be recycled into something new. So let's see if I can get some more. The Nine of Swords. Yeah, like there's like in this depiction, it's like this ghoulish, almost like goblin-like figure is like standing on this man's chest, almost like a sleep paralysis demon. And that might be what the body is feeling. Like there's like so much pressure. It's like feeling caged in on itself because of it's like the energy is stagnant because of the wounds that have accumulated in the different parts of the body. And there may be even like an illness that has manifested because of this, and that is the symptom. Like the illnesses themselves have symptoms, but the illness itself might be a symptom of the trauma that has been stored in the body and that hasn't been looked at. And just a reminder to be so gentle with yourself through this. This is, it's a lot. It's a lot to look at. It's a lot to understand and to just take it step by step and to find the balance that you need at this time. And I'm also getting that going out into nature and even listening to the sounds of nature might be really soothing. It also could be really activating, which actually could be beneficial. Like not activating in a chaotic kind of frenetic way, but just activating to the soul and activating to the body to really like feel where those tensions are. Hope this is making sense. But again, going back to the star, this is in alignment with your higher self. This is it's going to be okay. You're doing so great. You're doing so well. You've already noticed so many things about yourself. You've started to understand so much about yourself, and you're doing the work. This is confirmation that you're doing the work that you're called to do. And yes, so I just wanted to remind you of that. You're doing so well. Let's see if I'm gonna pull some oracle cards to further give confirmation to this. The ghost dance, interesting, going back to the just dancing in general. I don't know exactly what the ghost dance is all about. Oh, and 22, that might be significant. The ghost dance. What I'm getting from that is like it's the practice of dancing with or merging with the soul body part of you to understand the spiritual affliction. I don't know if that makes sense. I'm gonna read the card. The ghost dance of the American Plains Indians united the spirits of the living with those of the ancestors to bring peace to the world. When the ancestors are honored, they bring harmony to us. When we hold them responsible for all that is wrong with us today, they haunt us. Honor the spirits of the ancestors and receive their lessons and gifts. This includes honoring your own past lives. The ancestors have a message of healing and a powerful medicine to offer you. Create a sacred moment at your altar, light a candle to them, and let their wisdom infuse you. At this stage in your life, you are done repeating their tragic stories. Step into the abundance that is offered you. Receive the gifts of those that have come before you, and write a new story for your life. Yeah, the wounds that you carry, a lot of them are ancestral, and those need to be honored to understand them. And yeah, that piece about you're done repeating their tragic stories. You are the person that it stops with. You are breaking that line of woundedness within your ancestry, and that is so beautiful. I love that. And I'm gonna pull from the Wisdom of the Oracle, Round and Round, reversed. I'm getting that these cycles, these ancestral cycles, wounded cycles, are being broken, and you're doing it. And this is part of the work. This somatic, or it could be other type of healing work. I don't want to pigeonhole anything, but it's like these cycles are going to end with you. That is beautiful, and it's divinely appointed. To the sea, embarking on a new journey. It's imperative. It's so important. it goes back to I think it was the Seven of Swords, where the man is. Where to go? Does it matter? Maybe not. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I lost you for a second. Yeah, there's the man in the boat, but it's just two illustrations of a person in a boat going on a journey to the sea, to the watery realms, to the emotional realms, and that's a lot of what this is about. There were a lot of swords cards, which points to the intellectual realms, but I think often when we feel this conflict of the mind, it is something emotional that just hasn't been felt or hasn't been released yet. Any more Wisdom of the Oracle cards? That chaos and conflict. And this is 33. So 22 and 33, those could be important numbers. Chaos and conflict. I'm going to say again, of the mind. It ends with you. You have the choice here to do it. And you have the strength to do it, even though it may not feel like you do. Even though it may feel like you're failing, but remember that the Chariot card came out, so is pointing towards a successful enterprise, a successful journey into your wounds, into your deep pain in some cases. Any more messages that collective could hear right now? The Blessed card came out. It was reversed. Maybe just because you're not feeling that way right now, but just a reminder that you are so held and you are so blessed and you are so loved by God and the divine realms. And I love you, and I wish you well on your journey, and I hope that I can impart some kind of surety or strength to you, and that you don't feel alone or frightened anymore. So thank you so much if you stayed for this reading, and I love you so much. I will see you soon.